What is going on, guys? We are back with another Gonzaga W. Another Gonzaga W. Gonzaga just beat Auburn. Unranked. Auburn's unranked this year. Gonzaga obviously is number one. But it was a really good win for Gonzaga. Won by, I believe, 23. I think it was 90-67. Wait, is that even right math? Yeah. That's what I think the score was. I think we won by 23. Uh, man, Drew Timme. Drew Timme. Drew Timme is really, really good. Drew Timme is really, really good. Really good game for Drew Timme. 28 points, 10 rebounds, double-double. Man, Drew Timme's good. Like, he's really, really good. He had such a good game. He needs to get better at, he has really good shot selection, but he gets blocked a lot. And I don't want him to, shy away and get, scared to shoot. But he needs to get better, with faking or something else. Faking, maybe a little extra spin or something. So then he doesn't get blocked so much. Because it seemed like he was getting blocked a lot. In general, we were just getting blocked a ton. We just drive down the lane. We're being a little careless with the ball. Turnovers still was, a little too high today. Not as bad as the Kansas game. Turnovers in the Kansas game almost cost us the game. But today, turnovers were a little bit better. We had a little less. Still were a problem. Corey Kispert also had a really, really great game. 26 points. Really, really great game for Corey Kispert. Those two both had themselves really, really good games. Jalen Suggs, I know that's who the lights are on right now. Everyone's seeing what he could do. He only scored 12 points, which is crazy to me because when he was on the court, it felt like he was doing more than that. His impact felt greater than only scoring 12 points. So I think he still had a good game because I didn't know he only scored 12. It felt like he scored more than that. He needs to calm down a little bit with the ball and just kind of get better at decision making. But other than that, he's really, really good. Finishing, he needs to get a little better at. He was another player getting blocked a lot. It was a rough game for Joel Ayayi as well. Ayayi did not have the best game at all. He only had 6 points, 5 points. Really not the best game for him. He just needs to find his little spot because I know he can have a really good role on this team. He needs to work on finding his place on this team because I know he could have a really big role and be the fourth player on this team for sure, behind Timme Kispert and Suggs in no specific order. He would be that fourth guy for sure, and then Antoine Watson, who had a better game than he did against Kansas, but still not the best. I feel like, you know what, I take that back. I feel like Antoine Watson filled his role really well today. He had 5, 6 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, some really well-rounded numbers, which I think is what he's gonna kind of gotta do. Is doesn't need to score as much, just get assists, rebounds, just kind of well-rounded. He got quite a few deflections and steals, so I was really proud of that. I felt like he did a really good job with deflections. He got a lot of deflections. Quite a few steals too, but a ton of deflections. So I felt like he filled his role really well there. And yeah, I just felt like Ayayi, for the most part, everyone had a good game. Except Ayayi could have done a little better. Suggs could have done a little better. But way better game for Gonzaga. Less turnovers for sure. Still were some air balls. Some reckless plays for sure. Cook had a really good game for him. He didn't score a ton, but I felt like Cook had a little bit better of a game. In my eyes, just for him in specific. And then Andrew Nemhart, I don't remember how many points he had. It was 8 to 11 or something like that. I don't remember the range of what his points were. I can't really remember. He was all right. He wasn't too great, not too special. It really just was like Kispert and Timme. Those two were doing amazing. And it felt like Jalen Suggs was doing more scoring than he was. So he had a pretty good game too. But I'm really, really impressed with Timme. He definitely shoots with two hands from the free throw line. If you watch, he flicks both wrists, and it's really weird. But he looks like an NBA center. He definitely looks like an NBA center. I think it was Brandon Clark said he thinks Drew Timme is like one of the best prospects they've ever had or something. He said something really good about Drew Timme. And I really think Drew Timme has literally done what Petrusev did last year. Maybe even better. Like, Petrusev after Brandon Clark, Rui, Zach Norvell, and Josh Perkins, and Jeremy Jones. After all those guys that were all super, super good and really important to that Gonzaga team were gone, Petrusev stepped up huge. Petrusev was not really that good. Clark, Rui, Perkins, Jeremy Jones, Norvell, their final year, those five that were all really good. He was not the best during that year. But once they left, the next year, he stepped it up big time, enters his name in the NBA draft, and then decides to go play back in Serbia. I hope he comes back and plays in the NBA, but he could have made it to the NBA, is basically what I'm saying. Like, he stepped up huge, and if Timme keeps this up, he's going to get drafted. He is going to get drafted. He scored, over 20 points last game, and then 28 this game. 28. Drew Timme is just literally unstoppable. Him and Suggs were doing a lot of pick and roll. Same with Kispert. Mostly him and Kispert, I felt like, were a really good duo. Kispert was launching threes, and they were just buckets every time. Or Timme would set a pick and roll. He'd throw it in, Timme, bucket. And then another player that I had my eyes on was Amara Ball, or Omar Ballo, or however you say it, from Africa. He calls himself Baby Shaq. I had my eyes on him for sure, because he got in foul trouble quickly. He played 7 minutes and got 4 fouls. So he was just racking them up. But I think he could actually be really good next year. I don't know about this year, because we have Timme, who's got all the spotlight in the big man's role. But I think that Amar Ballo has potential to be really, really good. There was one pick and roll that looked really good where I think it was Kispert, set a pick with Kispert. Kispert lobs it over the top, and Ballo goes up, and it was weird. It was it wasn't a dunk, but it was just kind of a flush, if that makes sense. So he just kind of just dropped it in perfectly. It was really, really perfect, and it looked really good. I think he'll figure it out. I think he will next year. I just think he just needs more experience. Kind of like Ayayi last year. Ayayi kind of looked like he just needed another year. And hopefully Ayayi takes that next step, because I think he has some really good potential if he gets it going this year. So Ballo just needs to work on foul trouble, and he really needs to work on foul trouble, because he needs to get in the game to get some practice in, because I think that he just needs some more experience. And man, Gonzaga really just puts whoever they want on the court and does good. They literally put in all three of their point guards, Cook, Suggs, and Nembhard, and they all did good together. Gonzaga is known for running a small ball with 3 guards and 2 forwards usually, or one center and a forward and 3 guards. That's how they've always ran it, and it went really well for them today. Auburn was kind of holding in there, down by 6 or whatever it was for the entire game till the end, and then Gonzaga just started blowing them out. Kispert, long range bombs over and over and over. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this game. I just felt like Kispert and Timme had really good games, and I'm excited to watch them play Baylor tomorrow. We'll reunite with Rembakamis, which will be really cool because he's a former Zag. So that'll be really awesome to see because now he's assistant coach for Baylor. Baylor's the number 2 ranked team in the country, just behind Gonzaga. So this does not happen very often where the number 1 seed plays a number 2 seed. And I don't think they've lost it either. Now, I'm really confused on how this is going down, like if this is a tournament or like just this thing that they're doing with like on that Emerald Court. I don't understand if it's a tournament because usually there is a tournament around Thanksgiving, but I don't really know what this is because it doesn't say like tournament on the ground. So let me know if you know what this thing is that they're doing or if it's just like certain games because tomorrow will be the 3rd day in a row that they've played. But I'm really excited to see this. Hopefully Suggs has a good game because that'll definitely get him on NBA draft boards for sure. Same with Kispert, Ayayi, literally just anyone. I hope players have good games. But if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like because it helps out more than you know. Subscribe and leave me down a comment in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.